Hello and welcome to another week of my art journey as I try to improve myself and my skills. This week I'm going to be trying markers which I haven't really played around with too much. I've managed to get my hands on a pack of the 320 OHUHU markers from Amazon quite a while ago. Now I've tried to use Copic markers a few times in the past, but I've never had enough to sort of try to do a full blend or anything, so I was just trying to reuse the same one again and again to get my lights and my darks. But now that I've got over 320 markers to choose from, I've got more than enough choice. But as you can clearly see that I've picked somewhat of a darker skin tone than what I probably should have. I know it does fade a bit more when it does dry, but I should have done some testing on some spare paper prior to actually putting it on the page. Now, as you can see, it is Goku from the new Dragon Ball Daima, I believe it's pronounced, and it looks like has big head mode on, which is one of the things I still have a hard time with when drawing in traditional. Whereas if I was on the iPad, I could have just sized the head. But once it's inked, it's there for good. And yeah, the next skin tone I do for the shadows is a very, very off shade. And it looks like I might have been distracted for a minute there. But at least it did come with some sheets to put the colors down on, so I could work out swatches. That's the word I wanted, swatches. But then again, if you're using different paper, it also doesn't go down the same way as what the swatch sheet does. I think I did go over that again with the first skin tone just to sort of help it a bit. It does have a bit of a spot on the chin where I had to use some paint, some white paint to just sort of hide a really bad line. And I believe the book that I was using wasn't super great with the alcohol markers as well. They just didn't seem to really blend super well, and I think I probably tried to add too much in some spots because I did notice it starting to bleed. I should have probably also tried to work from left to right. I know in a few cases I was just going left, right, up, down, and I was going across spots where I had gone before. But yeah, I think I definitely need to be much more light-handed when using the brush tip and just sort of trying to spread the ink around more than trying to get as much in as I can. But it was at least a pretty successful first attempt using these markers in this book that I've never used them in before. It was luckily that I had the plastic slip that comes with the markers in behind, because it did go through the next page. So like you can see on the page prior, it's ruined and you can't really do much else with it. But thankfully, I guess like most inspiring artists, I have a collection of sketchbooks that I haven't touched yet because I just see them and I think they're a good price, and I buy them. I think at this current, I've got like 4 or 5 A4 big thick sketchbooks, which I'd like to sort of try to fill because I've had them now for quite a while and they're just not getting used. Mainly because I focus on digital a bit more than I do traditional. So my iPad and Procreate get quite a bit of work, but I am trying to get more traditional stuff done, because there's just something special about using markers, paints, pencils. It's definitely a different feeling. I get that using programs like Photoshop, Procreate, and there's a few more that I can't really think of off the top of my head, but the time it takes to just sketch, ink, and render all on one device, and you don't make a mess. It's a very ideal way to create, and it does help that Procreate does have a lot of features that make creating quite simple to a degree, and I think it's a pretty good place to learn. But I am trying to get away from being too reliant on the ease of digital art, because you can start off with quite a messy sketch and you can always fix it, but when you're going on paper, it's a bit more difficult to do so. But you can see there with the blue, made quite a mess with the sleeves and the boots. I think the belt blended quite well though. I guess it's a little difficult to do the cell shaded art while using the markers, because they don't really. I guess they don't. What is it? They don't really like pop and give you so much of a flat tone, whereas of course they work well at what they're supposed to do. But yeah, you can see on his sheath on his back there, it did bleed quite a lot, because I was trying to go across it again just to make it a little darker, and it was just too much ink for it. I think when I was doing his power pole though, I think I got it pretty good by the end of it. I think I used like a second red to sort of like blend it out a bit more. So I can say that, yeah, after using them for, I think it was like 20-30 minutes, you do get a bit of a feel, and you start to learn when and where you got to use what colors, tones, pressure. Of course, the hair itself though, it's just all flat black, so that wasn't really much there. But trying not to let it bleed into any other parts. So again, I did sort of learn to not be as heavy with the black, even though I probably could have just done the black with a different marker that wouldn't bleed. But yeah, the markers with this paper that does say it is for markers, I guess they don't mean alcohol markers, just your standards. Well, I guess there is probably a bit of room to learn and get better. Even though Goku is much of it, he's a very simple character to color with only very few colors to pick from, so it's a pretty nice place to learn. I guess most of the characters in Dragon Ball are probably in the same ballpark, really. But that is my young Goku from Dragon Ball Daima. Thank you for watching. See you next week. Bye.